Silent Hill 2. Text language, English. Audio language, English. Graphics. Quality, performance. Guess quality because that was the default. Compare and adjust your gamma preferences. They both look fine, right? I never can tell with this stuff. I know the capture is a little dark for you guys, but for me it looks fine. This was the second a game about ethically horrifying dietary supplements be called Soylent Pill 2. Soylent Pill was people! We would like subtitles. Radio state indicator. Texts. Subtitles on. Non-verbal captions. No. Subtitle font. Default medium. Can you change it to Esperanto for me, please? I can only read Esperanto. I think everything's fine if subtitles are on. Actually, hold on. Audio. There's nothing here about audio coming out of the controller. Sometimes they do that. New game, baby! Standard, standard, default, default. I wonder how many games exist that has Esperanto as an option. More games need to use multiple screenshots for gamma correction. Agreed! And I'm also excited to play this. I feel like the worst offender was... Was it Resident Evil 6 that had like a giant white thing over black and it's like, adjust until you can't see the number 6? It's like, that's impossible. That can't be done. What are you talking about? Are you insane? Are you confused? Turn the monitor off? It's like, that's the only way. Resident Evil 6, yeah. It's like, yeah, turn your game off is the only way you can actually succeed on that one. It keeps on flashing skip because anytime I even lightly touch the controller. Alright, 6 is a perfect game. How are you talking about? Resident Evil 6 was so upsetting for Patrick, Mr. Abe Clancy, that he canceled our co-op playthrough. He forced me to refund the game. He canceled it. We didn't even make it 2 hours in. Mary. Let me know if the volume is too loud or not. Bring the volume mixer over here. If he didn't force you to refund it, I might have. Patrick's a little bitch!
In my restless dreams, I see that town.
No, Chris punching a boulder is Resident Evil 5. We've played through the entirety of 5.
You promised you'd take me there again someday. But you never did. Well, I'm alone there now. In our special place. Waiting for you.
Silent Hill 2 and 3 have perfect soundtracks.
I got a letter.
I was rejected for college.
Mary. My wife's name. It's ridiculous.
I got another bite of this pistachio chocolate.
That's what I keep telling myself. Mary died of that damn disease 3 years ago. So then why am I looking for her? Our special place. What could she mean? This whole town was our special place. Could Could Mary really be here?
Show me on the town map where they touched you.
Is she really alive? Waiting for me?
Oh, don't worry, I hated Resident Evil 5. I hated every minute of that game. Oh, come on. How am I supposed to lick some toilet seats if I'm not allowed in the bathroom? Now, Resident Evil 5 was Chris and Sheva. Chris and Sheva are the characters in Resident Evil 5. Resident Evil 6 has a lot of characters to choose from, but Leon is one of them. Alright, let's go! For those that weren't here, we had an abortive attempt at Silent Hill 2 on PC, but it's a framey nightmare land, and your graphical options are non-existent. So we are now on a console for Resident Evil 6, which means I don't have to worry about nothing. It can't be framey now. It doesn't even have the choice to be framey. So we're free, we're safe. I did laugh, like, I was talking with Abe Clancy about my thoughts on Dead Space 3. And I think Resident Evil 5 is a worse video game to play, but it's funny. Like, it's bad enough that I'm having a funny time. Like, it's like watching a bad movie. There's a gradient. When you're watching a bad movie, if the movie is bad enough, it transcends being bad and becomes fun to watch, right? It's so bad it's good is a saying that you're all familiar with. When you end up with something that's bad, but not so bad it's fun, you end up in a very unfortunate zone. You end up in the it's mediocre and boring zone. And I think that's the problem Dead Space 3 has. Like, it's not great, but it's not terrible. So it's just not fun, I want to say. Like, nothing in Dead Space 3 felt weighty. All the guns felt like I was shooting crepe paper at people or lights. Nothing had impacts. Half the time I couldn't tell I was taking damage. So it just felt like it was mediocre. Resident Evil 5, though, being terrible, is kind of fun. I think that's a big thing. Like, you want your bad game to be so bad it's fun.
It's like someone's groping around my skull.
All these sequels are really just wasted creativity. It depends on, like, what we're talking about. Like, with Silent Hill, I enjoyed that 1 and 2 are telling different stories. The town behaves differently. With Resident Evil 5, 6, Dead Space 3, I more agree with you than not. Resident Evil 5 is campy and you'll love it. No judgment if you like it. Like, I enjoy sequels that
Excuse me.
are willing to explore new ideas.
I'm sorry. I was just...
Hey, it's
Not
okay.
that I don't enjoy sequels that aren't willing to explore new ideas.
I'm kind of lost.
Arguably, Rift Wizard 2 is fantastic, but it's not super different from the first game. But it's a fun evolution.
Silent Hill? Is this the right way?
Yeah.
And Lord knows, I would play every Mario game.
It's hard to see with this
They're not
fog,
too
but there's
different,
only
but
the
they
one
always
road,
have
you
fun
can't miss it.
mechanics.
Thanks.
But
Thanks. I love how awkward this woman
I
is.
think you should stay away. This town, there's something wrong with it. And it's not just the fog either.
Is it dangerous?
Maybe.
I gotta... If I let go of the controller, I think the skip
It's
button
kind
will
of hard
stop
to
screaming at me.
explain, But
I'll be careful.
I'm not lying.
No, I believe you. It's just... I guess I don't really care if it's dangerous or not.
Man, even motion controls
Going
cause the
this way.
skip button to appear. I gotta put the
But
controller
why?
down and away from me.
I'm looking for... Someone.
Fucking this button.
Someone very important to me.
Me
I have
too.
no controller of my hand, by the way.
I'm looking for my mama. I mean, my mother. It's been so long since I've seen her.
I think I'm gonna move
I
my
thought
camera over so I'm covering
my
the skip.
father and
Get
brother
distracted.
were here.
Right?
But I can't find them either.
Let me just go
I'm
ahead.
sorry, it's not your problem.
There we go. All right.
I hope you find them.
Yeah, you too.
Now you don't have to suffer like I'm suffering unless I put my shirt in just the right position. There you go. Now you can see it blinking through my chest. We're playing it on console now, Nara. It can't hurt us anymore. We're safe. Although the game actively wants me to skip every cutscene, apparently.
Did you want anything else?
No, it's just this fog. Does it seem unsettling to you?
I guess.
I've heard it's a lot longer than the original. But the original was really short,
It's
so I
just
guess
through
I
a
don't
gate
mind
and
too
down a
much.
path. You'll get there in no time. Good luck finding the one you're looking for.
Good luck finding your mom.
I should probably get going.
It's just, I love how awkward everyone is in Silent Hill. Is the pizza kid in the remake? That's my first and biggest question. Is I remember the kid that's just really into his pizza and is super annoying in the original version. I feel like if you're gonna cut a character out of Silent Hill 2 and replace it with something else, it's kid who's really into his pizza. I feel like that's the kid you cut out of the game. Sorry, buried people underwater. Unless he was from the first game? No, he's the second game, right? I haven't played Silent Hill 1 or 2 in quite some time. And I still have to play 3. I've never played 3. Pizza Kit's integral to the part! They changed Eddie in this game? I've never played a Silent Hill game. They're good. The Silent Hill franchise went in a very different direction from Resident Evil, and I appreciate that. Because I feel like there were a lot of Resident Evil clones. Like, Dino Crisis is a Resident Evil clone, and what did Dino Crisis do other than zombies? You could just replace the zombies with dinosaurs, that's all it is. Silent Hill went in a fun, like, psychological horror direction. You're never, like, a raging badass with guns. You do get guns, but they always feel like a last-ditch effort. The Silent Hill experience is a bit more mature than anything in Resident Evil, I must say. It's for the mature audience. It's because Kojima's a deeply disturbed person. Well, he is well, at the time, he was a Konami person. Kojima wasn't involved in the Silent Hill, right up until, of course, PT. He was going to make a Silent Hill. But I don't believe he was involved in 1 or 2, right? What if there was a psychological horror game with I would play it! I mean, I do want to I want to play through Dino Crisis 2 at some point, because Dino Crisis 1 is painful. Dino Crisis 1 is awful. We did it.
Hello?
He may have been partially
Anyone in here?
involved, that's not impossible. But he wasn't like the director or anything. Is that Goodbye Volcano High? There you go. And that's a key, alright. Yep, that's a key. There, I'll open my inventory just to make you happy, game. Otherwise, you're gonna yell at me a lot. Well, now that I'm playing a game with a controller, I can whoop, scoot on back. Let me just drag my microphone forward. I love... Oh! Sorry, I got too comfortable. I do like controller games because I can pull back. If this game were about conflict among isopod populations and their droppings, you could call this game Violent Krill Poo. But I'm excited to be playing through this, and I've mentioned it before, but I'm definitely wanting to get going with Parasite Eve 2 as well. Because that is a game that annoyed me as a kid because of how much it was different from 1, but I feel like as an adult, I'll be able to sit down with it and maybe approach it on its own merits now. Are you starting this over from the beginning? Yeah, because we barely made it into the game. Like, we played for an hour, and really 30 minutes of that hour were us looking at settings and trying to fix the game. You're searching an old abandoned lab where they did a legal cloning experience on dinosaur DNA. There's questions about identity and the true self. But also velociraptors try and eat your face. They're a metaphor for self-doubt. You missed the Silent Hill sign! Oh shit, we gotta go back and look at the sign. Quick. I always want to call him Leon, but it's James. Quick, James! We'll have to call him Jimmy. His name is James. That means we can call him Jimmy. You gotta be careful. You're approaching the plot of that horrible Jurassic World movie now. There's no sign, you lied to me! There you go. What's Leon doing? Silent? No, this is Jimmy. We sent Jimmy to Silent Hill. See? There he is. It's Jimmy. I thought you were talking about a different sign. There's no, like, interact with that side. That's the name of the game! Where's this man on a piano? I could hear him out there. I choose to believe all the music in the game is diegetic. Someone out there in the fog has a piano and they just don't know how to play it very good. If we consider this man Jimmy, this is our second game we've played in the past few days where the star is Jimmy. Hopefully in this one it turns out this Jimmy's not a rapist. Unlike in mouthwashing. Poor Jimmy, being made into a villain. To clarify, Jimmy's our friend. We all enjoy our good friend Jimmy on this channel. And that's the joke. Where's my map? Such a low bar for Jimmy's. Hey, real life friend Jimmy's a good Jimmy. We're not allowed to go this way, right? Yeah, waist-high barricades. Alright, we're not allowed to go that way. Poor Jimmy. Poor real-life friend Jimmy. Not horrible Jimmy from mouthwashing. He hasn't done, like, a super early in the morning bakery shift in months and months, like over a year probably. And then out of the blue, they scheduled him 2 days in a row where he has to wake up at 2 in the morning to get to work. I ran into him at 2 a.m. last night making dinner. Well, he was making breakfast, I was making dinner. And I'm sure I'm gonna bump into him again when I'm doing dinner tonight. Waist-high barricades are a metaphor for your inability to overcome self-sabotage. Just like real life. Hey, they didn't mess up the fog, they just did a different kind of fog for this one. Gotta appreciate this fog on its level. Mrs. Cassandra, a customer came in today, ordered a mixed bouquet, red and white. I tried to explain it's bad luck, but he couldn't decide on just one. He seemed a bit off. He looked at me like I wasn't even there. Then he just left. Said he'd be back to pick him up later. Just want to let you know, since I might be gone by then. The waist-high barricade's a metaphor for your inability to grow back your foreskin. We all try. What you need is an urban nostrum injector. Or you can cook with soul curd. That would regrow your foreskin. What about garden shears?
What is this?
It's jelly. Or jam, depending on your preference for words. A shop vac and some patience. No, not the share button. Up. Which way am I facing? So, we have a shop vac. And I didn't realize that the filter and receptacle for... like, the water setup was done. The setup for dry vacuuming was not actually put together right, because I wasn't paying attention.
Stuff.
And I vacuumed up a big collection of, like, concrete and plaster dust. And it just shot out the back of it violently. I almost died. That was a lot of particulate. That doesn't look normal. I think you could legitimately make a good psychological horror game about circumcision. I just don't know if you can get anybody to take it seriously. I mean, that's the challenge. Doing something weird, but having someone approach it and appreciate it on an artistic level. And there are a lot of fun movies out there that do that. I think Rubber might be my favorite. I love the movie Rubber. Rubber's great. I'd pretend like I didn't know you that well. I mean, it wasn't a shop vac explosion. It was just a whole bunch of, like, everything I was vacuuming was just being ejected at high speeds. Exactly, like, Rubber was a fantastic meta-commentary on the act of making and watching movies. But on the surface level, it's a movie about a sentient tire with psychic powers that blows people's heads up. Incorporate themes about masculinity, societal pressure, completeness. Hey. Oh, hell yeah.
Wait.
Wait. Hello? Come back here. Hello? American Polynesia, welcome back, Cactus. Did you have a fun trip? Hello? Oh, I'm glad you had a good time.
Hello?
Love that James is still like, that was probably a person. I hate it when the sound does a sizzle, you're not even looking at the thing that triggered it, and you get anxious for no perceptible good goddamn reason. I mean, you could think of it as the sound being what made you anxious, but... one of my major complaints for a lot of the first-person perspective walk-around-a-house simulators that I despise is I always miss whatever spooks they're going for, and then I'm just frustrated. You've never seen a Silent Hill? Well, this is a remake of arguably the best Silent Hill. There's an argument to be made that 3 is the better game, but I haven't played 3. I just know a lot of people really like 3. I do plan on playing through 3 at some point. We might do it after 2. I don't know. One's good, but 2 is definitely better. Way better. And this is a remake of 2. And I haven't played 2 in so long that I don't need to worry about being, like, angry about changes, which I like. Often I play remakes, and all I can think about is the original game. Same with movies. Like, you watch a remake, and I'm just gonna compare it to the source. So it's gonna be nice playing through something I don't have too much memory of. I last played it when I was a kid. Open. Open it. Game's trying to make me drink a health drink. I'm not gonna do it. Thank you. Thought 4 was the good one? What's the name for 4? Like, there's a bunch that people enjoy. I just think popular consensus has largely been 2 and 3 as the top contender. Silent Hill 4, The Room. I don't play these goddamn games. Oh, you're just throwing numbers out. A radio. I've heard good things about The Room. It's a pick your poison thing, like, what game you like, it's up to you. Personal preference. Except for a couple of the ones that everyone agree are terrible. This is definitely on the loud end, right? Alright, I lowered the overall volume, and we might see the lower individual things in a moment.
Stay back.
It's a console game, though. I assume it'll let me lower individual things. Oh, I'm very happy I get to look at this. Because my complaints about the PC release are there were no settings, and this is the console version. So, we're missing the resolution setting, but otherwise, this is identical. Maybe outside of resolution scaling was there, but largely they're the same. There we go. Let's lower effect volume a little bit. It could be louder, I'm not deaf yet. Bring ambient down a couple of ticks, music down a couple of ticks, but effects is the big one, I think. Voiceover will keep largely the same, UI seems fine right now. No! Oh! Oh, God! Oh! Stop spitting on me! That was gross! Alright, how's it sound now? The effects appear to be still on the louder end. But maybe not too bad? Maybe 2 ticks down?
Is this what I saw in the fog? Whatever it is, it's not human.
There, and we're basically caught up to where we were when we played last time. There's a little bit more. We were like on our way to the bar. You ever get an explanation for what happened in the town? Sorta, kinda, yeah. I don't want to do any spoilers though. You definitely get into it though. We'll adjust as we go. We'll figure out where our appropriate volumes should be. Huh. A dirty needle. Yep, put that in my pocket. Is the game like 20 years old? I think it's safe to spoil. Well, now that there's a remake, there are probably plenty of folks that have never seen this. I don't want to go into it. I like keeping my spoilers safe and free. I've always wanted all the hepatitises. That's what we're worried about for a dirty needle is herpes? Ugh, best button. Come to tetanus and hepatitis. My God, I just love the idea of like you used a dirty needle and you got herpes, like blood herpes. That would suck. I feel like HIV is the one you want to be worried about when it comes to dirty needles, among other things. Who said anything about needles? I'm just out here getting herpes. I'm sorry, I didn't realize you were just out there getting herpes. Do it. Deep in that herpes hustle, I should not have assumed. That's on me, that's on me. Oh, I see they were growing some purple haze. Is that Alaskan train wreck? Damn.
Where are you, Mary?
Some dank growery going on here. Was that some chemdog? I fucking love chemdog. Guy who grows chemdog, very nice guy. I've designed t-shirts for that dude. Time to break every window in the game, baby! I just love vandalizing. God, I love vandalizing. Hello? Oh, not allowed in there.
Is that?
This is still my favorite part of the remake. Neely's bar is he picks up a box of matches from a corpse, a rotting, bloated corpse on the ground. No mention of the corpse, it's just... Are those matches? I could use some matches. If you're reading this, leave. This place is not what it seems. Sometimes you just have to look behind. Whoa. Run away, 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 run away. Last strain I had was banana pancakes. I'm largely an edibles man because of my garbage bronchial tubes and lungs. But occasionally, a vaporizer is used, and the last one I had, I believe, was strawberry cough. Which enticed me only because I was like, is that from the movie? And then I had questions. Does strawberry cough, the strain, predate the movie Children of Men? Or was it made up for the movie Children of Men and then someone decided to cultivate and grow something based on that movie? I don't know which one came first. Game saved. Need some Halloween edibles? Pumpkin spice flavored edibles. Pumpkin spice flavored weed vape. That's not a fake thing. That exists. I have seen that in the dispensary. Hello? Hello? I hear gooey noises. For the horror movie marathon? That's right, I did post the... I hesitate to call it a schedule because there are no times associated with it. But the lineup of movies is posted in the Discord. Oh, Children of Men's a great movie. But the strain came first. Good to know. breaking windows, breaking windows. It's 7 o'clock. 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 Some dirty laundry, alright. Nothing weird. Ow! The hell is it? What bit me? Well, not a lot going on in here except for dirty laundry, I guess. Hey! No! Man, I stomped on him. Stomped on his head real hard. I don't think he's getting up again. Bite the goddamn curb, monster. I wonder if Silent Hill was an influence on Evil Within 2. Oh, for sure. For sure. Resident Evil as well, though, because the director of Evil Within is one of the directors of various Resident Evils, if I recall. Evil Within games were great. Hell yeah, they were. I really enjoyed those. They should make more. The man was here again. I told him he'd been warned not to come here. He acted like he didn't know what I was talking about. Anyway, he got up and left. Didn't make any sort of fuss, but there's something about him that gives me the creeps. When I look at his face, it's like I'm staring at a mask. There's something underneath waiting to get out. I don't want there to be there. I want to be there when it happens. I can hear something coming up. Yeah, they're out there. My son keeps talking shit about liking scary things. I want to play Resident Evil, Silent Hill, and Evil Within with him. Go for it. I grew up on horror stuff. I feel like when approached in a good way, playing a bunch of horror things and watching a bunch of horror things, you gain a very quick appreciation for these things are not real. Ow! I can't see, it's too dark! Like, I never get perturbed by movies or video games because I grew up with them. Like, I understand. Like, there's nothing real about this. That's what he wants to avoid. Don't you want your kid to turn out well balanced like me? I need another snack. Let me start chewing on this piece of tin foil I have next to me. I'm already like, ow, I'm injured. I need more drinks. On the PC, those things never touched me, and now suddenly they're kicking my ass. I like how unhinged Evil Within was. Yes. I love anything that has a strange premise that is willing to go all in on its strange premise. That's a big part of why I really enjoy a lot of, like, Japanese properties. I feel like Japanese storytelling is more than willing to just go all in on, like, a weird-ass premise. Is this not Neely's bar? No, Neely's bar is behind me. It's a lot rarer, I think, for an American property to embrace its weirdness. With exceptions, of course. Fucking love Beau is Afraid. That is a movie that's like, we're going all in, baby. Put the map away! There's a skittering nightmare beast on the floor. Wanna do this? Come here! Alright, Neely's bar. Right here. Wasn't expecting weird spanking in this game. Oh, I loved 1 and 2. Both were good times for me. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure this is one of those games where sometimes they will get back up again later anyway, no matter how much you stomp. Because let's be serious, I don't skimp on the stomping with these things. I don't skimp at all. Oh, I forgot Krios was interested in seeing this one. Let me give Krios a little poke here. It's Krios. Boop, there we go. They stay dead like in the original. I mean, the one I stomped really, really rapidly and extra stompy on the pavement got back up again. I think you misspelled your tile. Quite mounds. Well, it's too late. I'm not going back. It's staying how it is. I don't know what got into him. He just started smashing the thing. Had to throw him out. He ran off, cried he'd fix everything. I gathered up what I could. Still haven't found one of his buttons. Half the record's still lodged inside, but the other part's missing. Figured he must have taken it. Come to think of it, he did run towards Groovy. Anyway, maybe go check up on him, see if he's alright. He lives over at Saul by the pharmacy, apartment 9. Whoop. Maybe I just wanted a quite mount. There was a hole. There was a hole here. It's gone now. No smashy smashy that one. Gotta rebuild the record. Huh. Leon! I know he looks a little like Leon, but because his name is James, we can call him Jimmy. Which means we could pretend this is Jimmy that's running around Silent Hill. Use the broken vinyl record? What? Why does it not work? Clearly this is a key. That's what you're right. That's why I write that whenever I fix anything. There was a hole here. It's gone now. Especially after I spackled my butthole off. There was a hole there. It's gone now. Never have to worry about that butthole again. Jukebox! Saul Street, groovy music. I do appreciate the lack of any, like, introspection from Jimmy, though. Like, when you get right down to it, he arrives in this town, it's filled with monsters and corpses. And he's like, already, like, alright, I found a broken record here. I might be able to fix it if I go to groovy music. It's like, what? Maybe leave! Maybe leave, dude! No, no, I gotta see this broken record thing through. Pretty sure I passed groovy music, but I got monsters all up in my business. I didn't pass it. Oh god, they're behind me again. Janitor came in the other day, drunk and in tears. Half a wreck with him, kept yelling he's got to fix it somehow. I was willing to do it just to shut him up. So I got up to get the glue from the cabinet, but then I realized he only had one half. He ran out. Can't do much without the record. Maybe you should ask around Neely's next time you're there. Quick, put it away. Whew. I'm glad they respected me. Robin. You can't fix them. Not easily, that's for sure. They're monsters, not animals. Let's take this outside, bro. Dance, come on. I'm only almost dead. I don't think I'll survive two of them. The door that works in darkness. Opening into nightmares. Don't turn your back, bitch! Let's go! No, no! Oh, good, there's iframes when you dodge. And stay down! One for the road. Alright. Don't get up. If you don't mind some skipping on your vinyl, you could probably get it to somewhat work. If it's two-sided, you're probably in trouble, though. I feel like you could fix one side. Face the music, find the melody of your dreams, and kick up your heels. How is he reading that? I can't read. That's pitch black in front of me. Ah. 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 Oh. Oh. Ah. Ah. Glue plus vinyl record equals vinyl record. The long way home. Gluing an MP3 player back together. Come on, surely someone has a health tonic in one of these glass boxes. Jimmy is injured. Jimmy needs help. Help, Jimmy. I've seen neater bukkake. Whoa. Yeah, he didn't do a great job gluing it together, but I imagine it'll hold. Music can bring you back to those wonderful moments you thought you lost. There you go. There you go. You opened the door. Good work. Why does no one have any 5-hour energy drinks lying around for me to pick up and drink? I'm so injured, man. Oh, I do have one drink. Oh, alright. And now we're out. Makes it easier to see this way. Alright. I'm sure wet superglue would be great for the record player stylus. Hey, superglue, it does dry really, really fast. The problem is, where is it? It's not in my hand. That means it is definitely glued to the inside of this man's jacket. That is a part of our wardrobe now. Like, you give it, like, 10, 20 minutes, superglue is gonna be pretty set. But it's in our pocket. That means it's a part of our pocket now. Fuck, I love vandalizing. Police car to vandalize. Come here, you! Come here, you! Get over here, you varmint! Superglue is acetate? I think it depends. Some super/crazy glues are acetate, others are, resin. Some are resin-based. Isn't nail polish remover acetone? If you ever want nice feathered edges on your latex appliances, if you're doing makeup, acetone. Partially dissolves the edges, makes it very easy to blend. Oh yeah, I want to smash the cop car. I just got turned around because I chased the thing that was under the cop car. There it is. Like, if anything's gonna have an item for us, it's a cop car, right? Acrylic or resin? You haven't seen one that's acetate? Penguin. 9mm handgun ammo. Thanks, police car. Now piss on it. God damn, you see they get up. They get back up. Stop getting back up. Alright. As I was saying, go back to the jukebox. There's a keypad there. We want to go to the Saul Street Apartments. It's just fun to smash up cop cars. Where am I going? Do. Some of them are staying down. Ooh, another car to smash up. Come on, this one doesn't have anything in there? Silent Hill Police Department, SHPD. Achievement for breaking cop car windows. Made of sugar glass, clearly. When I put a haunted house together for Halloween on my college campus, when I was a college student, it was freak show themed, like carnival freak showy themed. I made a whole bunch of fake glass, and we had glass eaters outside with fake blood and sugar glass. I even flavored it. It was minty glass. Freak show like the movie? The movie was called Freaks. Just Freaks. Gooble gobble, one of us, one of us. Freak Show is the name of the season of American Horror Story that was Freak Show themed. My buddy had that on his Halloween party last night. Freaks? I have a VHS copy of that movie. No, we need to find coins! Turned into a chicken purses, just not elaborated on. It was tar and feathering and some light amputation, I believe. It's a dark ending. None of these zombies have any goddamn pocket change. Make a right on Saul Street. Oh, but maybe the diner? Have I already been in here? No, clearly not. The windows aren't broken. Won't be any mistaking that we've been through here when I'm done. Feel the craving? You just can't help it? Go for it! Happy Burger. What you need is what you get. On the run, grab something to go. That reminds me of they're like Italian sandwich cookies. You could buy them in like in any grocery store. Milano cookies, I want to say. They have a tagline on every bag of those that says, "Why resist?" And I always thought that was darkly sinister for a fucking cookie. Quote-unquote Italian. I mean, if you're trying to describe those cookies to somebody and you don't remember the name, I feel like that's an appropriate starting point. It's like, you know, vaguely Italian cookies. They come in different flavors. They're like a sandwich cookie. Come on! I'm making the cookie. So that one got back up in the building. Do not resist cookie. I believe they're Milano. I'll look it up in a second. Get back up, I fucking dare you. Milano cookies. Yeah, M-I-L-A-N-O, Milano. Pepperidge Farm Milano cookies. Come in all kinds of flavors, but their tagline on the bag is, "Why resist?" It's like, that is sinister. Deathly allergic to something in those cookies? Don't resist. This is a good way to die. Don't. Shh, this is a good death. Yeah, they're good cookies. As far as like a Pepperidge Farm cookie goes, they're good. I enjoy a Milano. That's how I noticed the fucking slogan on it. I was like, come on, man. Why resist? Yeah, mint Milanos are the ones I like. No, no one's saying they're great cookies. They are serviceable cookies. They are fine cookies. If you want good cookies, you gotta go to a bakery, or you gotta bake them yourself. Like, I feel like anything that's shelf-stable for months at a time in a grocery store, you're gonna have good cookies, but you're not gonna have great cookies. Come on. Gotta hit up Grandma. Yeah, Grandma knows what's up. Grandma makes good cookies. Costco makes some bomb-ass cookies. I agree, but it's like their bakery department that makes the bomb-ass cookies, right? If you're high, a bag of those will hit the fucking spot. I mean, if you're high, a lot of things will hit the fucking spot. Oh yeah, the food court cookies? Hell yeah, those are good. El Fudjo cookies are pretty damn good. Otis Spunkmeyer? Yeah, like, I feel like freshly baked is where it's at. Even if it is like a brand that you're buying and you just put it in the oven yourself. Anything else that's just sitting in a bag for months, like, they'll be fine. But they're not gonna be great. But nothing beats home-baked cookies. If I make cookie dough at home, I don't want the cookies. I do. I'll eat some of the cookie dough, of course, but I'm gonna eat the fucking cookies. Oh, heck, I'm missing a map, aren't I? Oh, shucks. Macadamia nut pineapple cookie? Be still my heart. God damn, I would eat the hell out of that. White chocolate macadamia nut cookies are the best cookie there is, hands down, in my opinion. I fucking love macadamia nut cookies. They're typically white chocolate macadamia nut. But put whatever you want on them, I don't care. As long as the macadamia nuts are in there. Macadamia nuts are the only acceptable nuts for cookies. Chunky peanut butter cookies with peanuts in there, great. I've had some very nice pistachio cookies in my life. There's plenty of nuts that I'll accept. Any nut in a cookie is good for me. My mouse cursor leaves the middle screen and trails to my other monitor. Saul Street Apartments. Can I take it with me? Just solve that problem right away. Jim, you gotta get a flashlight, my man. It is dark in this fucking game. Pull the fire alarm! Pull the fire alarm, Jimmy! Excuse me. Relevant. Barrelman. Zalbrisman. A MacLeod. $451. It's the fucking American healthcare system for you. Fucking bullshit. Macadamias are the only nut that read the cookie assignment? Oh, read the cookie assignment. How can you find your dead wife without a flashlight? What if she's in the dark, right? That's what I'm saying. Surely there's a health drink back here. Come on! What kind of pharmacy is this? There's just a dirty needle? Hazelnut, I like pretty much, listen. Almost all nuts are good. With perhaps the one exception. And I would be shocked if anyone in chat likes these nuts, so please tell me if you like them. Brazil nuts. I'm pretty sure Brazil nuts are genetically bred to taste like dust. They taste like sweepings. Like you swept the floor. Brazil nuts are garbage, right? Like, who here likes Brazil nuts? They have an acquired taste. It takes a while to acquire it, I bet. But salt them, they taste like salted nuts. Yeah. They're dry and they taste like sawdust. Yeah. They taste like garbage. You like them? Enon, you like Brazil nuts? I had to ask. I knew there would have to be somebody. That's the one nut where I'm like, I don't know if anyone could like these, but it's worth asking. Like, someone has to like them. Otherwise, why do they keep on putting them in stuff? As a child, going to my horribly religious aunt's house, which was always suffering for me, there was always a bowl of shelled nuts with a classic Christmas nutcracker, because we were there for Christmas, and, like, you gotta have the classic nutcracker. And I remember as a kid, like, I didn't know which nuts were which, so every time I would, like, crack one open and eat it, and, like, this one's good. Crack one open and eat it, this one's good. And then you find the bad one, I'm like, what is this garbage? And it's like, oh, that's a Brazil nut. It's like, I gotta remember, don't eat Brazil nuts. Brazil nuts are the only nut that if you eat them and kiss someone allergic, they will get sick, you see? They want to kill other people, even when they're dead already. Apartment 5 left his key, says there's a leak from upstairs. Gotta check it out. What's going on, Kang? The nut shake, yeah, it's not even nutcracker friendly. It's frustrating from the get. I never knew this was so controversial. Brazil nuts are not a well-liked nut, I don't think. You like almonds, peanuts, walnuts, pine nuts. Just stay away from my cookies. Nah, man. Like, I love a cowboy cookie that just is fucked beyond recognition with nuts. Which one is the nut that's delicious baked, but if you eat them raw, they'll kill you? No, pistachios you can eat raw. I love pistachio. Pistachios are my favorite. I got a pistachio candy that's invisible here because it's in a green wrapper. This is a pistachio cream with pistachios chocolate. Oh. Oh. I love cashews. Yeah, I like most nuts. Like, I think the texture of most nuts are very desirable. EV cashews can provide protection against poison ivy. Really? That's crazy. See, not being a fan of pistachios, that blows me away. I think pistachios are incredibly tasty. Hi, welcome to Nut Talk. The show where we talk about nuts while Jimmy wanders around a dirty, dirty apartment. Baklava with pistachios, excellent stuff. Coming up on Nut Talk. Nuts! What are they? Do you have a nut button? We don't talk about my nut button, thank you very much. I'll ask you to mind your manners, Jim. Asking another man about his nut button, that's getting a little personal there, Jim. That's getting, that's a little bit much for me. Alright? A little bit much. I don't go asking you about your nut button. Pistachios have a weird flavor, and also pistachio ice cream is a bait and switch. I love pistachio ice cream. Pistachio ice cream. I love mint ice cream, and I love pistachio. So for me, there's no lose. If it's a green ice cream, I win. I'm a bit of a sicko. And I'll tell you why. If you were to offer me a mint ice cream or a mint chocolate chip ice cream, I would push that mint chocolate chip ice cream across the table and say, no thank you. I'll take the mint ice cream. I think the chocolate chips are the worst part of mint chocolate chip. Take them out. Don't want them. Yeah, people are agreeing with me. Chat members of culture. That's what you all are. It's a literal button that says in a robotic voice, not. Hot take, I'll stand up for it. Me too. Like, the superior mint ice cream is mint cookie. Ben & Jerry's mint cookie. Take those garbage chocolate chips, throw them in the trash, replace them with Oreo cookies. Far, far, far superior. Thin Mint ice cream? 200 thumbs up. Great. Great stuff. Redacted, redacted, redacted. And then she came and washed it all away. It all started to make sense again. Redacted, redacted. It's this place. I can't fight it. Gotta get my head straight. Quick stop at Texan. Then we're going. Thin Mints belong in the freezer? Agreed. This is what happens when you Freedom of Information Act request a poem, yes. Whoa. Weird sounds going on in this apartment. No, mint ice cream is supposed to be green. They add green food coloring. So, mint ice cream can be green. It can. I've made homemade mint ice cream. It came out green. It's the vividness of it. It's the saturation of green. That is food coloring most of the time. If you make homemade mint ice cream, it'll be like a very light green verging on brown. If you make it by like boiling, well, simmering mint leaves in the milk, you get like a greenish brown. Rank nuts, pistachio #1. Don't be afraid, just put your penis in there. That's not a penis. I guess hand first, that's fine, I suppose. Oh, there's the button. It's a little poopy covered, but that's fine. I need your liver. Pistachio pistachio 1. The chocolate of mint, if it was chocolate chips, it would be better. What? What? I do like walnuts, but not raw walnuts. Walnuts are better. Like, I love walnuts in stuff. I think walnuts are great in cookies, brownies, cakes. Walnuts on their own, I'm not as huge a fan. I'm thinking about nuts that I will eat plain. Like, you hand me the nuts, lightly salted. Will I eat them? Like, we'll say the baseline is salted and roasted, right? So pistachios are one. I might say almonds are two. I do love almonds. In mint chocolate chip ice cream, it's always like thin chocolate chips. You're saying like chunky chocolate chips would be better? Butterscotch chips to make cookies with. They just went straight in your mouth? Yeah. Ditto. Whoa, whoa! Jesus. Almost died. Pistachio, almonds. I like cashews. I mean, peanuts are good. I do like peanuts. A nice honey roasted peanut is a delight. Oh, macadamia nuts. I almost forgot about macadamia nuts. Pecans? I like pecans in stuff. I'm not sure I like pecans as, like, just a plain old put it in my mouth nut, you know? But in a cookie, a pecan's great. Pecan pie is delightful. I'm not sure if I'm, like, a big just eat them straight. Let's see here. We got the button for the jukebox. Looks like I need to go back to the Texan Cafe. It still has a circle around it without the check mark. Have I had boiled peanuts? I'm trying to remember if I've ever had boiled peanuts. I don't think so. Like, my trips to the south have been, I've been to Tennessee. Did some hiking in the Smoky Mountains. That was fun. This is checked off. I assume that means we're done here. Shoe fly pie is a flavor that needs to be expanded on more. Should have shoe fly pie ice cream and stuff. I'm a big fan of making new and strange ice cream flavors. Big fan. My friend's dad maybe got a little too creative with ice cream varieties. He made, like, he would grow, like, spicy peppers in his garden and make whatever that pepper is ice cream. That was a bit much for me. Like, it was like Reaper ice cream. I don't trust it. Cream cheese and guava ice cream. I would try it. This place, all it's ever brought me is pain and misery. Chatting about ice cream while you bludgeon a man to death with a nail plank. He came at me, alright? I had no choice. It was self-defense. This is a stand-your-ground state. Pennsylvania's a stand-your-ground state, right? I've had gravy ice cream. It was bizarre. Like the Jones Soda Thanksgiving soda. Those sodas are... You only gotta experience it once, and you never have to buy it again. Pennsylvania doesn't have a ground I want to stand on. Is that where this takes place? I believe the original Silent Hill and Silent Hill 2 are very ambiguous about the setting on purpose. The Silent Hill movie is very much set in Pennsylvania. The movie took a lot of inspiration from Centralia, Pennsylvania. I don't know if it's ever been confirmed that the games took any inspiration at all from Centralia, Pennsylvania. We talked about this, I think, when we had the PC version struggling to survive. But yeah, Centralia is in Pennsylvania. So I feel like we could make a joke. Was the movie any good? The first Silent Hill movie, I would put up there as being a decent video game movie. It's not the best adaptation, but it does a bunch of stuff well. I enjoy the Silent Hill movie. The second one is dog shit. But the first one's worth watching. Like, if you're looking for a fun Halloween movie, throw on the Silent Hill movie. I've had hot cold ice cream. It was ghost peppermint ice cream. That shit hurt. Yeah, that's the kind of crap my friend's dad made. He was a strange man. Best video game movie. I feel like if we drop the movie part and say adaptation, The Last of Us TV show is the best video game adaptation. If we're sticking with movies, my personal favorite is the OG Mario movie, which is a dog shit adaptation. But is such a fun movie. I think the overall best video game adaptation, while also still being a good movie, it might be Detective Pikachu for me. I like the Detective Pikachu. Where are the nurses at? I'm trying to get there, Krios. I want those sexy nurses just as badly as you do. The Sonic movie's not a bad one. You mean it's not Final Fantasy Spirits Within? So, this is a conversation I've had with Andrew before. I do not accept Final Fantasy The Spirits Within as a video game adaptation. It is not a video game adaptation. It is just another Final Fantasy story. It is not adapting a particular Final Fantasy game. There are no characters from any of the Final Fantasies. No settings are shared. It's just its own independent story called Final Fantasy, because every Final Fantasy is standalone. Unless, you know, it's a part 2 or something. So it is not a video game movie. In my opinion. There's 2 more coming out. Yeah, of the Detective Pikachus. The first one was good. I liked it. It's like a kid's movie, but like, it's a competently made movie, and there's a lot to enjoy about it. Sexy nurses are a metaphor for circumcision. I mean, the nurses are sexy enough that they can circumcise me if they want. As I was saying, I'm like, that's not sexy at all. That sucks. I'll take that back. Please don't circumcise me, strange, faceless nurses. 30 years of Pokemon stuff. Pennsylvania's a circus. Yeah, it is. It's a metaphor for circumcision. I agree. No, I'm a member of the Cut Cobra Commandos. I am, in fact, a circumcised man. My pee-pee doesn't look weird like all you... No, I'm just gonna drop that joke right there. In the game, the holy gosh darn. Heaven currency is foreskin. Oh, yeah, I remember you telling me about that. It's not a metaphor, it's very literal. Oh, that's what? You weird little, like, looks like a wrinkly grandma winking on the end of your penis. There we go, the button's back. Alright, we just gotta find a coin now. It's Turbo Granny winking at you. Every time you pee, you look down and you see Turbo Granny winking. Do what now? Looks like an old guy's mouth with no teeth, yeah. Which, when you think about it, pretty gay having an old man's mouth on your penis. I'm gonna have to delete this entire VOD, I'm so sorry. All these jokes are bad. You've been reading Dandadan? I love Dandadan. It's a good manga, good adaptation. Keypad and Grand Market. I think I want to go to the cafe again. Or maybe we'll go down Cat Street? There's probably stuff down there. I'm guessing the circle means it's something we want to do. Just give in. The stream is marked as 18+. When you first arrive, it asks, like, hey, this is a mature stream. All I know about Dandadan, there's a hot grandma. Hell yeah, there is. Have you not watched Dandadan, Krios? Krios, I beg you. I beg you. Go watch the first episode. All you gotta do, if you want to know if Dandadan's for you, all you need to do is go on YouTube and type in Creepy Nuts Dandadan. That'll be the opening song you'll get. Or just Dandadan OP. Opening song. Type that shit in, listen to that song, and watch the music video. You'll know if you want to watch Dandadan. If that makes you want to watch it, watch it. If you don't want to watch it after seeing that, well, I plumb don't know what's wrong with you. I reckon there's something wrong with you. What am I in right now? Big J's. Okay. I don't think I've been in Big J's yet. Creepy Nuts is becoming the OP band of a bunch of anime. They do great work. I love Creepy Nuts. I'm not typically like that genre, but I dig it. Like the Mashal songs have been fire. Just straight fire. The only anime I've watched in probably the last year is Stone Ocean, and I'm only about halfway done with it. What? How are you so slow? Do I need to hold your hand and watch anime with you? I'll do an anime night in the... Well, that's Gomper's job. Gomper's supposed to be doing the anime night. Alright, I guess I'll go to the Texan Cafe. I don't watch anime anymore. Why? Your kid could be watching the anime. Why no anime, Krios? Your body needs it. A growing body needs anime, Krios. Not my anime, you can't. You watching that pervert shit? And the most recent Demon Slayer arc. Ah, that's not a bad thing to be caught up on there. I don't want to be growing no more. Alright, we're heading toward Texan Cafe. I feel like that's... It's got a circle, it means I'm missing something in there. Been through the cleaners. I bust into Andy's bookstore. My kid can waken all his kinks on his own. Anything in here? In March of 1965, the town of Silent Hill was visited by the Maine Psychical Research Association. After thorough examination, a team of expert dowsers from the association concluded the area surrounding our historic Wilkes coal mine to be highly active. They also expressed their hopes for further research and exploration of the gorge. These hopes, however, were never fulfilled due to the location being restricted as a historic nature preserve, as declared by the Silent Hill Historical Society. Additionally, the idea was met with resistance from the local community, which claimed that the nature of the association's research would hinder tourist activity in the area. Questioning the credibility of our research and hiding behind day trippers seems like an excuse to prevent us from seeing what's really out there, commented one of the researchers. Unfortunately, none of the local representatives were available to comment on the matter. Editor's note, at the time of publishing, there exists no evidence supporting credibility of radiesthesia or proving effectiveness of any dowsing methods. Opinions expressed in the article do not reflect the author's views. But the author wrote it. Shouldn't say it doesn't reflect the publication's views. BioShock Infinite Porn actually invented many rendering techniques that are used in 3D movies and games nowadays. No joke, Unreal 5 wouldn't be where it is today without BioShock Infinite Porn. So you're telling me Rule 34 of BioShock Infinite is the reason why Unreal 5 engine is An unoptimized mess that always makes problems for me? Sorry, just Unreal Engine always... It's always the games that are an Unreal Engine that are unoptimized garbage. Citation needed. If you got any, like, articles that get into detail about that, post those in the Discord. I am curious about that. But also, they could be the citations for Gomper. We'll put Krios on research detail. Krios could look up the Bioshock Infinite porn for us. That's your job, Krios. Hey! Come here, little gremlin! Fun facts. Ooh. I love fun facts. You saw a deep dive about that specific topic? You don't remember it perfectly. Doubt there's any scholarly articles about it. It's probably why there's like a deep dive video. That's the kind of topic that I like. Perfect for some internet sleuthery. Hello, Texan. I think I'm gonna get a coin. Hell yeah! When was I muted? When did this happen? Did I cough recently?